All right, everybody, how we all doing tonight? Give it a moment or two before we really get started, but I guess as like a little preamble, my goal for this stream is to play some Mech Kaisa. And yeah, this is a variant that I've been talking about a lot. If you guys have been following my channel or if you've been on my Metafy, I have a list for Mech Kaisa, and I'm a pretty strong believer. Really, it's all about production surge, more or less. And I think it's just a really good card in Kaisa. I will say maybe it was a little bit worse last format because like putting out a lot of small units is not the best against Draven. And yeah, Draven still seems like it'll be good in this format, but now they're playing like an actual relatively fair game. So with that being the case, I think there's actually reason to revisit this. I still just like this more than base Kaisa because of that like value you get from production surge. That being said, I do want to work on this list with you guys. So I had a list that I was actually ready to play on stream, and I can't remember if I saved it because I build decks between like Summoner's Base, TCG Arena, Piltover Archive. I can't remember where the deck was. It wasn't on any of those places that I just mentioned. And this is the variant I had before the ban list. Like you can see the missing battlefield space here where Reaver's Row used to be. But I figured it would be actually cool to go on stream and take a look at the previous list, build upon it with you guys here on stream, and then kind of go into it from there. So if that sounds cool, drop a chat down below. Don't forget to like the stream, share it with a friend who might be into Kaisa. We're going to get into it. So I guess first things first is like figuring out the battlefields. I haven't really seen many Kaisa lists ever since the ban lists. I mean, maybe it's worth going on Rift decks, just do a little bit of comparing. But I would kind of like to just look at it ourselves. So if we go to battlefields, let me make sure that we filter just current cards to make sure we're not looking at any set 3 stuff because this is a set 2 regional. Let's see what we can get. Altered Unity, just not really good. We're not playing a hold strategy. Aspirant's Climb, I don't know if I see the value in it for Kaisa because many people call Kaisa a control deck. I think this variant of the deck, is probably more mid-range, I would say, because like you do have a little bit more like that ability to take battlefields with those units. So yeah, I don't know if Aspirants is really vital here, but could be something to try. I mean, we have the Time Warp too, so there's probably not really much of a point to elongating the game even further when you're trying to cheese with Time Warp. Back alley bar, we have ganking, but like it's, you know, what's his name? Gem Jammer's not there for that purpose. We're not really playing hiddens. Fortified Position is somewhat interesting because if we're hitting a unit on a battlefield, in theory, they shouldn't really be able to hold via combat because we should be killing that unit before we actually move there. And then it makes it harder for them to swing into us. Maybe that's an interesting way to go. I don't think we really care about slowing the game down, especially because we can score fast ourselves. Our legend taps, so I'm not really too big on that. I do actually like Emperor's Die, and I might put that back in the deck. This is one that I was actually swapping back and forth with Reaver's Row last format, because it's essentially another retreat, or like a battlefield version of retreat. So it gives you more flexibility in your sideboarding. When you can go to Emperor's Die, you can like sideboard out your retreats and more effectively protect your Kaisa, which is kind of cool. And in the mech variant, I mean, it's really hard to fit multiple Kaisa survivors, so that's probably going to be what we do. We don't care to mill. We don't buff. We have Conservatory because we play so many spells. We don't really care for Power Nexus. We don't play Equipments, which I would consider playing a 1 of Longsword. I just don't know if we can really fit it. Rockfall Path, things like Deadbloom Predator are not particularly popular this format. Seat of Power is interesting. I think this variant of Kaisa actually draws the most. I mean, besides the builds that play like 3 Progress Day for whatever reason. I say for whatever reason, but I think it's to pitch off Get Excited. But then there's Sigil of Storm, which is just negative for us. Not holding, not playing a ton of mighty units. Targon's Peak might just be a little bit unnecessary. It doesn't seem bad, actually, for a going first battlefield. Yeah, I don't know. And then Arena's Greatest could be decent for tempo if we really wanted to go that route. Paper Tree, Grand Plaza, Sanctum is fine. Generating Gold is fine, but not really necessary. Our Legend just does that. War Camp, interesting with all the spam we can actually do. But then, like, we're letting other decks get out of the range of our removal spells, which is not ideal. We're not really playing Gears to Ready. Vile Maw, probably not as important with Fight or Flight being hit. Zon Warrens is fine generically. Ganking, not really relevant. So I think we'll go with Emperor's Die just for the purpose of testing. I mean, this could definitely become like Targon's Peak or Arena's Greatest. The trickiest part is going to be like having multiple like go first battlefields, because Conservatory is one that you'd want to go first depending on matchup, right? Like if you're playing against like a Jax, for example, you probably don't care if they get to Conservatory first. That being said too, again, you're hoping to like kill their unit in the battlefield before actually having to fight over it. So that can totally be a thing as well. Also, let me know if my audio and video is coming through okay on the stream for you guys, just so I can double check and fix anything that might need to be fixed. But that is the thought process. So we'll try this out. Now, there's main deck changes I need to and want to make, right? Like I want to put 3 Ferris Forerunner in the main board because I expect the mirror to be relatively popular. I also do want to try Get Excited because I am very interested by that card. I don't necessarily know if you need to play Progress Day for that to be good, especially if we're putting in 3 Ferris Forerunner. That would be 6 drops to play off Get Excited, so I'm kind of feeling pretty good about that. So I think, for example, we could drop 2 Piercing Lights. Oh, what's up, Stan? Thank you for letting me know that the audio is good. Glad to see you in the chat. Okay, so I think we can probably drop 2 Piercing Lights, right? And then the smoke screens could potentially become Get Excited. These are coming out of the sideboard, so we are going to have room in the side to mess around with things. So I'm going to do something like this, just to keep the options of like Smokescreen and Piercing Light in the sideboard. So we now have the 3 Ferris Forerunner in the main deck, and I did want to try out Get Excited. This is a card that I actually liked the idea of a lot in set 1, because Kaisa's biggest problem was being able to kill big units, and Get Excited is kind of like the only way to do that. I wish I would have kind of like pulled the trigger and actually played that at an event in set 1, but you know, can't change the past, so we're going to try this out. Smokescreen I think is really good, but Get Excited, pitching a lot of these big cards is going to be really interesting. I'm going to probably try the 1 Acathian Rain still, because I think it's good against Victor. If Victor remains particularly popular, you know, we could definitely cut things like 1 Singularity, play a 2nd Acathian Rain. I could see a world where Watcher goes down to 2. I also actually wanted to put Bellows Breath in this deck, because Watcher plus Bellows Breath is just really good against a lot of 4-drops, so maybe I should actually find space. And again, this variant of the deck draws a lot. Not all in one burst, like with Progress Day, but you just draw more over the course of the game because you're playing Production Surge, right? Another thing that I would want to consider is maybe putting Red Poro back in the deck if the mirror match is going to be super prevalent. You know, you can always just go down to 3 Forecaster to try to make your Production Surge as consistent as possible. Or, I mean, I say as consistent as possible. I mean, like, minimum consistency, I guess. You know, there's been times where I've had to play Production Surge for 4 as, like, my first mech of the game. And then my subsequent surges are cheaper, which is also okay. But Gem Jammer at 2 is nice because it does give you a little bit more consistency on the Production Surge. That being said, again, if the mirror is going to be more prevalent, we may want Pouty Poro back in the deck. You know, Plundering Poro seems absolutely insane. You do get in the battlefield, you do make a gold. It helps you kind of save your energy for Time Warp over the course of the game. But, you know, it's just going to die on the crackback, right? So maybe Pouty Poro is a little bit more value depending on the format. I think we'll run this unit lineup for now, and then, you know, we'll see how things go from that point. Stan says, I feel like Darius should be insta in any red deck. I mean, you know what's funny? I really was on that train as well. But then we saw that like Kaisa in the first Spirit Forge format wasn't playing Dravens at all. Which I guess makes sense because we got a slightly bigger card pool, and then it kind of did go more from like a tempo deck to a more control style deck. If I am going to be playing more tempo, I mean, I could see Darius, but I don't know where I would necessarily fit it in this build. But Stan, if you have suggestions, I'm totally down to try things tonight. I mean, this is a testing stream, so this build is not meant to be perfect necessarily. So I am down to try some things. But everyone else so far, what are you guys thinking about the list? Anything that you would suggest? At the end of set 1, people were cutting the hopefuls. See, that's funny because I was putting more hopefuls in my deck as like the format went on, because in set 1, I experienced this situation many times actually where like I played all 2-drops, and then my next unit was like maybe 1 or 2 hopefuls in my deck, and then 3 Darius, 3 Watcher, and I would just have no units to kind of play in the mid game. That's why I'm such a big fan of Production Surge, because it kind of bridges that mid game into your bigger units. You can always cut Noxus for Darius and try that out. I think I'll run Noxus first, and then, like, yeah, if I'm really missing, like, that accelerate option, I'll definitely give it a shot, right? I think the value of Noxus is, like, you know, you can cast Singularity, clear their board, and then establish a Hopeful and develop something, right? So I think when Singularity is good, maybe that's why, like, Hopeful's a little bit better. But I definitely see what you're saying. Like, Darius is a cracked card. I'm not going to argue that. That also leads me to think I did want to try to maybe fit some Cleaves or Blood Rushes in the main somehow, because I do just think that card is good. You can Singularity plus Darius still. Yeah, that's a lot of energy, though. I mean, that's getting to 11 energy, right? Which is not impossible. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's a lot of energy. I don't know. I do think Blood Rush could be some pretty hot tech. I think 2 Watcher could also be fine. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to put Bellows Breath in the deck. Where is that card? Okay. So, if I were to fit 1 or 2 Bellows Breath, where am I doing that? I mean, I don't think I can really cut into my 2-drop lineup. Stan is suggesting maybe cutting down some Hopefuls, but he was suggesting putting in units in place of that. Retreat may not be as needed as you think either. Really, you don't even want to retreat just for the Kaisa to survive? I mean, I agree on Emperor's Die. I could side it out 100%. If they pop a mech, you still get 2 mechs. No, 100%. I'm not retreating Ferris forward 100%, right? That's really just there for Kaisa. But I kind of hear what you're saying. Like, it could potentially just not be the most relevant anymore. Kaisa and Watcher, yeah. I mean, again, for the sake of testing, I'm down to try it. I'm down to try no retreats. I just want to put a retreat back in the sideboard here because I want to remember that it was in the deck in general. Alright, I think I'm down to run some games on this, and then maybe we'll take some mental notes and just see what those possible changes could be. Like, thinking about if Darius would be better, thinking about if Blood Rush would be nice, thinking about if we want Retreat back in, right? I used to think Retreat was needed, but it doesn't feel as bad as I thought dropping it. Yeah, I'll have to try it out. We'll do that right now. Let's see. We need the TCG Arena card list. This is going to be my first time playing the deck, though, where I'm going to consider leaving Kaisa Survivor in a battlefield somewhat unprotected, right? So I think we'll probably end up accelerating it in less on my first read of this change, but we'll see. But let's get right into it. All right, we'll get into the first game here. All right, a couple questions in chat. So Andy asks, thought on the mid-range Kaisa that people are running nowadays, like the Origins version. Well, that's what we were kind of talking about before. I think the versions now are a lot different than the Origins versions because, like, again, you're not usually playing the Darius, right? That's a big difference. Okay, he rolled a 20, so he gets to go first. Oh, we're playing against Jinx. Interesting. We're playing, like, Progress Day plus Get Excited now. I do think it's a lot different. But, I mean, I think regular Kaisa is fine. I just think that Production Surge brings a lot to the deck, and I kind of want to showcase that. Alright, so, I mean, post-banless Jinx, I kind of have no idea what to expect. So, I'm going to assume it's going to be something like a mid-range Draven. I think Falling Star's probably going to be good if they're still doing, like, Chemtech Enforcer into Flame Chomper shenanigans. I mean, obviously, we're keeping a Poro. We don't need 2. The thing I'm thinking about is, like, how good is Singularity going to be? Stupefy seems fine. I might regret this, but we'll put Singularity at the bottom. What's the difference between Rumble and Mech Kaisa? Well, competitively speaking, not to dump on anyone who actually likes GLHF. Not to crap on anyone who likes Rumble, but I mean, you have just a better legend, right? Like, you don't actually pay 2 power for your Falling Stars. Unlicensed Armory. Discard 1, tap this card, choose a friendly unit. Next time it dies, pay... Okay, so this is basically the Zonia's gear, right? I remember that. We get an extra rune. Feeling pretty good about all these mechs we're drawing. Forecaster. Vision. Like, okay, yeah, we'll keep that there, 100%. Go ahead. So yeah, that's the main thing, is like, you're just getting the best value on Production Surge because you don't actually pay a power for it. You just pay 2 energy for it at its best cost, right? And that's the whole reason to play it in Kaisa. You generate a 3-might unit that draws a card. Like, imagine Poro Herder, or yeah, any 3-might unit that just purely draws you a card. That's such a rare thing to come by in this game, and Kaisa gets that for 2 energy and 0 power. That's the main concept of the deck and why I think it's so good. I honestly feel like it's pretty underexplored. Vi Destructive. Okay, so if I kill this now, which I don't really have a way to do, but if I were to do that, this wouldn't protect it, because this is not any sort of reaction speed. That being said, do I want to move up Forecaster just for him to possibly move up Vi? I mean, I wouldn't hate a trade with Stupefy, right? So, I mean, first thing we're doing here, we're getting the value out of the card, right? That's what we're doing. So, play the token, draw the card. Mech. So that gets played. We draw a card, and then we get vision. Oh, we drew that. That's pretty good. We get the vision on the Mech token. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're keeping that there. It's kind of nice to know, like, what we're drawing next turn, because we get to play according to that, which is really, really nice. Do I want to establish a Plundering Poro? I'm kind of down to do that. Do I also want to put the Forecaster up just to entice a trade? I mean, he can pitch cards to, like, protect it, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't seem... No, I don't think I get much out of doing that. So, because, yeah, he wants to get low in hand, so I don't think it's really even a point to do that. Just let him move up, and then next turn, if he plays another unit, I can Falling Star. That would be pretty good. So I guess we'll call it right there. So that's pretty good, too, because, like, this is almost like more Noxus Hopefuls, which, you know, in a lot of decks like Draven too, playing a 2-drop and a Noxus Hopeful on turn 2 is a pretty strong play. And I essentially kind of did that. Remember, Kaisa is a 2-4-6-8 deck, no points to go in. Yeah, true. Yeah, true, especially if it's not like a Plundering Poro. That is going to be fine, because I don't have the Hextech Ray. Alright, plays no units, leaves 5 open. What are we going to do about that? I mean, we can run the Mech in. I mean, obviously it's not worth casting Falling Star, right? So we can run the Mech in, we can Stupefy. We can also Stupefy before doing anything. We can also Vision before doing anything. Just play Ferris Forerunner, get a Vision, see what we'll draw, see if we want to draw that card or not. That's kind of interesting. I'm not really too afraid of what he can do. I mean, he can, like, Hextech Ray. The funny thing is, like, he can do all the red interactions that I can, but, like, they actually cost him power, which I think is kind of funny. If we leave energy open, he's a little more scared. So this is like an optimization kind of thing that's kind of interesting to talk about right now. So what I mentioned before is I can play Ferris Forerunner, get the Vision because of my Forecaster, and I can look at what I would draw off Stupefy, right? So I can kind of like determine if it's a card I want to draw or not and try to get a better card. But if I leave all his energy open, if he does have some sort of interaction, he's going to be less likely to use it, right? Because he's going to be afraid of all the energy that I can have. So I guess I can also Stupefy before even moving up too, right? I don't know if there's necessarily a downside to that. But let's move up. And let's Stupefy. Also wait to see if he gives me the thumbs up. We're casting 2. Okay, longsword. So I get my draw. Okay, so he does go up to 4 might. It's a little tricky because now I could lose my token. I can rip the get excited on this. He's invested I mean, he hasn't really invested too much besides a rune. I don't really want to let my Mech die. But at the same time, this feels a little... Yeah, I think it's probably fine, actually, because I still want to establish the Rune Runner. That's fine. I think getting Rune Runner on board is too important. Like, yeah, he could have Rebuke, but like, I'm forcing him to have it and forcing him to use it. My man Stan said don't walk up to get on 1 point, but if he doesn't have an accelerate option, I mean, this is... Oh, no, this is ganking. Never mind, that is ganking. All right. Yeah, all right, we'll see how that goes. I don't know if Get Excited was super worth it there. Maybe it could have been. Just like getting this Ferris 400 down the board basically says like, if you don't have the Rebuke, you're in big trouble. Not drawing the Hex Tech just feels bad. Hex Tech Ray, you mean? Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Jinx Rebel. So that can very easily get Falling Starred. I mean, he's tapped out. He's backing up the Vi, though. So pretty good play on his part, to be honest. I can double score here, which is pretty good. I mean, we put up Ferris Forerunner for sure. We also put up Poro. It just doesn't matter which battlefields I do it in. Ferris Forerunner kind of demands bigger units, so maybe bonus damage here is better. Do that. That's good there. And then here, I think I forgot to vision when I play the Ferris Forerunner. That's okay. We get a gold. All right. This is in Battlefield, right? Yes, it is. Do I want to rip a Falling Star now? I mean, killing this Jinx, if he has like some sort of crazy discard shenanigans, I mean, he's already got one active movement showing, right? Because he has the unlicensed armory. And I do still have like a potential discard, potential pop 10 might, because I have the Get Excited plus the Time Warp. So I'm kind of down to do this. I mean, he only has 1 energy, so I don't think I'm too worried about anything in particular. Oh, I also didn't mill 2, sorry. Forgot to mill 2 with your battlefield. So let's do that. 1, 2, and then discard. Ooh, so maybe I should have put Forerunner there to prevent him from milling if he's really trying to get this Vi as big as possible. Maybe that was a play. But I think it's fine. All right. We put this here. We can play Forecaster and still... Maybe I should have actually developed Kaisa, but I can still accelerate it if I have to. And then we just keep 2 open for Get Excited. This is something interesting. I don't think Vision stacks, right? Singularity. I'm down to keep that on top. All right, go for it. Yeah, I don't think Vision stacks, right? So it's only 1 instance of it, even though I have 2 forecasters out, I think. Piercing Light. So repeating on that. And then killing this. Sure. Oh, it's actually 5 damage. Okay. Oh, yeah. 6 bonus damage. Derp. That's fine, though. I mean, Death Knell is good there, so. If Predict stacks, Vision should too. Maybe. Yeah. I'd have to look into that. 5 here. I mean, he could hard bargain me, so maybe it's not worth it. I can probably... I mean, I know I'm drawing a Singularity, so I can almost certainly kill his board next turn. Yeah, that's fine. Next time it dies this turn, okay. Alright, not playing anything. I can send in 2 units. Back it up with Get Excited if he has any sort of weird shenanigans if I really have to. The fact he's not playing a whole lot of units is kind of good, but also kind of concerning to me, to be honest. Concerning for my own sake. Alright, let's just throw in 6. Can't longsword again. Against the odds. So that'll bring him up to 9, right? Interesting. I mean, I'm kind of down just to do this at this point. Discard, deal 10, right? I don't think there's a 1 energy card that beats me up for that. Manage top. Wow, double hex tech. That is unfortunate. Discard those, and then I'm pretty down to accelerate Kaisa in. Draw a card. Production Surge. Do I want to spend the power? I mean, I'll be going to 10 runes next turn, so like I'm kind of down for it. I don't really think I need to bluff any sort of interaction. So let's play this. Let's draw a card, and then let's vision. Do we need Gem Jammer? No, we can draw better cards. All right, cool. So I mean, we're up against Jinx, which is not like one of the top decks ever, but you're seeing the vision, right? Like, no pun intended. You're seeing the vision of what this deck is supposed to do. Like extra spammy. We don't have a huge hand right now, but that's because we ended up using a Get Excited, although for some pretty good tempo, I would say. Our friend is thinking. 38 viewers in the chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like the stream, share it with people who may be interested in some Kaisa content. Another Jinx Rebel meeting another Falling Star, which is interesting. He hasn't used this unlicensed armory a single time, by the way. Okay, yeah, that's pretty pro. Getting around my my Falling Star, not bad. I do double hold here, though, more than likely. I mean, he could restand with unlicensed armory right now. Yeah, that's fine. And then actually the bonus damage from Void Gate, if he does go there. Okay, so he's actually going to go to the minefield. That's fine. I'm not going to complain about keeping my Kaisa. Milling Darius and Falling Star, sure. Another Forecaster, not the most ideal. We hold there. He's on 7 energy. Just makes Falling Star, it's just super awkward because, like, if I move in a bunch of stuff and he doesn't die, then that damage just goes completely to waste, right? I mean, I could just combo both spells, but that seems a little over the top. This would be 5, 6, 7. This would tie. He could certainly have another longsword, right? So if I deal 6 damage to it, and I swing in with all of this, I'm still risking trading. I don't love that. I needed to draw something a little bit better than this Forecaster, unfortunately. Now we're playing on odd points, which, like Stan said, is a little bit awkward. I'm definitely thinking of using both removal spells, which seems absolutely psychotic, but I think it puts me in a really good position to win next turn. What would I need? I would need 10 mana to do all this, which I currently have. So let's just play Forecaster, because we're not getting a new card this turn, right? Stupefy. Which, obviously, dang, that would actually be so good to have right now. There's no way I can generate a draw, right? Kaisa already pulled back, and then can't really conquer the other battlefield. Dang, that's rough. That's actually the exact card I need right now. Okay, so maybe we just play a turn slower. We just keep this there, and then that actually lets us play a lot more clean next turn. Okay, yeah, I think we do that. That's fine. And that's the nice thing about Vision too, with knowing that's my next draw. Like, I could be in a really good spot to kill this Jinx next turn. He'll back it up. He hasn't played a lot of units this game, so like we'll see if he even has more units to play. He's been pitching some of them off of his armory though. That's fine. Now he's on the bonus damage battlefield, so that's pretty good for me as well. What do we got going on here? Merchant. Okay. Well, yeah, now I don't have to use Stupefy, but that's, fine. Again, not going to complain about that. So I want to move up Kaisa first just to draw a card. I mean, I could play Singularity just to try to kill both, right? But let's do that. Cool. That goes when you conquer here. So I get the option of how to order this, right? I think I'll just draw one. Oh, that's an interesting draw. And then I will mill the top two. Sure. So yeah, I mean, Singularity clears both, and then I also have the Stupefy to follow up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This. And a power. Target these. That's bonus damage. Which, fair enough, I also forgot about. Wait. Now, once again, like Stan said, I am on 6. Although, in this scenario, we haven't seen him play out a lot of Accelerate. And he'd have to have 2 Accelerates to clear both units. So, I think I'm okay. Oh, what are we waiting for? What's up? Okay, sure. What are we responding with? That's not how that works. Yeah, that's fine, but then I have this, so. Good play though. Good play. So yeah, like I was saying before, I don't really mind giving up a Forerunner because like I either win by the hold or I just double conquer with all my stuff here next turn. So feels good. Yep, gets his double draw. GG. All right, so I did say last time I was going to start writing down. So we got a W against Jinx. Discard. All right, let's go ahead and get on to the next one. So what do you guys think about the deck in that game? Obviously, we got a good matchup, right? So that feels good. What do you guys think about what the deck was meant to do? Okay, some Mech. Give him a wave. Fiora, okay. This one could be tough. Repose is a really good card. He rolled a 7. I'm rolling a 17. Okay, we don't need 2 forecasters. A Cathian Rain could be really good and really bad. Just depends on if he gets Fiora established. His chosen champ is Fiora Victorious, which is better for us. Am I down to keep 2 2-drops? Don't really have to, right? Because now it's like in standard Kaisa, you would keep Poro because you almost guarantee the gold. But am I keeping Forecaster just because I want to get Production Surge online? I mean, the answer is kind of yes. Oh, wow. I did not even realize his name was Joey. That's actually funny. That's actually hilarious. All right, let's do that. We can get better cards. We sent 2 forecast. No, that was a Poro to Forecaster. That's fine. Okay. Double. Okay. Never punished. Literally have never been punished in my entire life. Vision. Yeah, we'll keep that there. We will and now this is cool because like we can sculpt our next turn, right? Like I really like that. 2 for a pit rookie, so he's not off to the best start. Rewarded, in fact. All right, we will play this. We will draw our card. We will vision Bellows Breath. This has potential. This has potential. We kind of need to draw Watcher, but I'm kind of down to keep it. Yeah, this can be good. And then we do this. And then we pass. There's the BF sword. Yep, that's the main reason why we didn't move up. Because in that situation, he just kills it for free. Kills my unit for free. He did go for the draw. So what are we doing to deal with this? I don't really want to double falling star it. Like, there's other things that are better to hit, right? I could just throw 2 units at it, lose 1, but I mean, the fact that this Mech drew a card, like, it paid for itself, right? Which is really, really good. And then I can take the other battlefield. He can't really accelerate very easily, so I think that's probably my play. Like, he's defenseless here, so that's probably what we're going to do. We can always production search first, though, and get options. I do like that. We draw, and then we vision. Another hopeful. See, I'm even down to, like, stupefy now and then just draw that hopeful. Because we got that combination of cards. Pretty good. It doesn't really change what I'm going to... I mean, I guess I can run in the Forecaster instead of having to run in the Hopeful. That's one benefit. Well, no, I could do that. No, I couldn't do that before because it would perfectly trade. Yeah, and getting Hopeful established now is better because otherwise... Well, I can just establish a Kaisa in base, so actually, yeah, that's probably fine. Okay. We do this. He kills that. That's cool. We do this. We play Kaisa. And we pass. Yeah, I'm not going to claim that I'm like the Fiora guy in the Spearforged or in the Riftbound community, but I do wonder if this guy is just making a play on me. That would be kind of hilarious if he was. Let's see if we can get some info out of him. How do you like Fiora? Okay, so now I'm really happy that I kept the Stupefy because it's going to help me kill this Fiora. Yep, that's fine. I really hope he draws a card. Nice. All right. So maybe he's legit. Obviously, card draw can feel bad. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you there, brother. I've been in the trenches. I also agree with that. Versatile into any matchup. Yeah, Fiora is really at the mercy of her own draws. Sometimes the matchup can be annoying, but a lot of times she's at the mercy of her own draws. Nice. Okay, I'm really happy he tapped out there. So, I mean, I play this deck. There's no one cost reaction that's going to get me for doing this, right? So, all right, Forecaster holds there. That's good. Is there a way I can do this? There is, but I would use a lot of power. I can clear all this without actually having to go into combat. So I can Falling Star, Ping, Ping, Stupefy, and then Bellows Breath. Yeah, Annealing. I mean, if he mains that, you know, you're the greatest. I could also just Cathian Rain. That's probably actually better because what this is 5, 4. This is 9 might worth of a Cathian Rain. I mean, that's pretty good, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think this is pretty worth it. Um, 6 to each. Oh, not 60, sorry. Yep, so that works. This goes in. Now he really can't accelerate. We pull this back because why not? Actually, maybe it's worth it to hold it up there because then I can retreat it the following turn. Because, yeah, I'm like not expecting him to be able to rush anything in. Singularity seemed cleaner, not going to lie. Could have been. Yeah, could have been. Yeah, because he could do something like make a set brawler really, really big. And a Cathy Ring could have been better there. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, Singularity could have been yeah, that was actually a lot better. Sorry, that was like a total blunder on my part. Yeah, well, okay, first mate would do it, so that's the way you can accelerate. I swear I actually play this deck. Thinking about casting one more. Yeah, that was a huge misplay. Huge, huge misplay. Preemptively casting Punch first is really interesting. I don't know why he's doing that. Am I missing something with that? Oh, I guess he's trying to play around Hextech Ray? Which he didn't need to do that preemptively, so kind of interesting. The Forecaster holds like we had hoped, so that's pretty good. I can still Singularity and Stupefy, so never punished, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before I realize there's another better play. So that's 6 damage, right? This is a 7. Yeah, I can count, I think. And then ping that for one more. This gets me to 6. And we pass. Yeah, definitely would have been cleaner if I had done the Singularity plus Noxus Hopeful 100%. Spectral Matron, okay. So he is going to be able to accelerate this turn. I like this card a lot. I just haven't been able to fit it in my build. Play Aurora. I'm all set, bro. This is 7-3. Can't make a trade there, so that's fine. I do love a good Costco cookie. So my one slight problem is that I can't Watcher and Falling Star next turn. Because like, depending on how much energy he leaves open, that's going to be my problem, right? Is playing around Punch first. Man, as soon as someone mentions cookies in the chat, everyone's like going nuts. I do love me a Costco cookie, though. It's one of the best cookies in America. That's for sure. Yes, keep spending energy, please. We do love to see it. Okay. So this is 9 might. This is 3. I mean, I can Singularity Falling Star, right? Care riposte or can't riposte? Oh, careful riposte. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I am considering this. I can almost take another turn off, right? I can just like establish stuff. Because like I can play Production Surge plus Hopeful. Not the most efficient use of my energy. And that's 8 mana, 9 mana with Bellows Breath. I can repeat it, but it's not quite enough. The funny thing is, if I just move Forecaster up, I mean, he'd have to have another first mate, right? That would be the problem if he had another first mate. Because in theory, if I kill his Fiora again, he can't accelerate, but that's all in theory. I could also just like take a turn to set up. I just feel like I'm not setting up enough, which is the trickiest part. Because that's just going to sit there with a million might. I don't know. Let's try this. Let's just try a setup turn. Oh. Give him his opportunity to riposte. Oh, I do like that draw, actually, quite a bit. That can stay there, I think. Can't play this and hopeful, the one downside. But I think this is just more value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I move this up, I force him to move up the Fiora, in which case I can go for a trade. Maybe even make him rip a punch first. If he has any equipment, though, it's just not good. So, okay. We'll pass on that. This matron's getting a little too big, though, for Watcher shenanigans. The crazy part, I mean, you know, I made the wrong play, so I probably deserve this, but that Acathian Rain play, instead of using Singularity, could have been one of the big deciding factors of this game. Don't think about the rain you're missing. Exactly. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Playing a game to shake off the cobwebs. This is game one. We're just playing against randoms on TCG Arena, so not really playing matches unless like my opponent asks me to. Okay, playing Pit Rookie, buffing over here. So this is a 6. So that's the really scary part, is like casting Acathian Rain. Sorry, casting Singularity into that, right? I have 10 runes. So if that does happen, I mean, I can still go for like kill one side, because he'll riposte and then like put the 6 might, I imagine, onto the Spectral Matron, but I'm not 100% sure. This is going to be 7, 9, 11, which I have exactly enough to match. I do have a Stupefy to get over it by a little bit, I guess. So then maybe I rip the Singularity and then go to whichever side he's not going to buff up. That could be a play. Because I don't want to really play Watcher and then get riposted, right? I want to play Singularity, get riposted or not get riposted, then go from there, is what I'm kind of thinking. So we'll target this, and we'll target that. Yep, thinking. That's cool. So the thing is, on average, the Costco cookie is better, but at its peak, the what is happening here? Death grip. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's fine. But the Chick-fil-A cookie at its peak is the greatest. Okay, interesting. So he's putting the might onto the Pit Rookie. Very interesting. Okay, so that is 6 damage with 9 might. So he doesn't have riposte, which is really good. And yeah, actually, I think we kind of just win off that. I mean, he could have punch first, which would be a problem. But is there a way I can kill all of it? I have to deal 3 to this. Yeah, right. I actually can just kill all of it. Right. So this needs 3 more damage. So 1 and 2. Yeah, I had the answers to get there, even though I blundered. Our opponent kind of blundered a little bit though from that preemptive punch first. Maybe we'll go game 2 on this. Costco cookie diffs easily. Chick-fil-A cookie is just easily accessible, making you think it's good. See, I disagree. Like, for me, a cookie's all about texture. And Costco has some good texture, you know what I'm saying? All right, Joey has left the game voluntarily. Time for Parks to leave the game voluntarily as well. All right. That is a dub against Fiora. Alrighty, we're up against Lee Sin. Okay, we're up against a lot of Rogue tonight. A lot of Rogue tonight. Yeah, Brandon, yeah, we're testing for Atlanta. That's why we're not playing set 3. If it wasn't for Atlanta, I'd be playing full set 3 right now. Yeah, we still just put out this. It's just game 1, so we don't really get to try out the other battlefields too much. We roll a 3. Okay, Gem Jammers, our 2-drop is not the most ideal. We're on odd runes, which doesn't totally matter. Bellows Breath could be good. I just don't really know what to expect from this build. We play 3 Watchers, so I'm down to throw this away for right this second. Yeah, let's rock with that. Double Hex Tech, I like that. We play this. He passes on 2, which is interesting. I don't really not want to establish a unit. And that's one of the coolest things about Kaisa is like going second when you draw Hex Tech Ray, it's just good. Ever thought of streaming on Twitch? Yes, for sure I've thought about it. I mean, I don't really have any presence on Twitch, so I'd be starting from 0, which is, it's not a reason not to do it. I just have everything on YouTube, so I feel like it's easier, but maybe I will do that. All right, buffs the Lonely Poro. I still have the Hextech Ray to answer it. Obviously, you could defy it, but I mean, you know, do what you got to do. Now I have a choice of going Kaisa or Production Surge. I should probably go Production Surge just in case something happens to my Gem Jammer, but then I won't get like the max use of my mana, which is a little unfortunate. But I'm down to just do it, and then we see if he defies. I'm also down for this E to defy, actually. Space Cadet Zero, completely fair. I've been following you since the DBS days. I actually recognize your username. Thank you for sticking around so much. I really, really appreciate that. This comes down. We draw a card. Time Warp, interesting. Conquer here. Spend a buff to draw. I'm down to go to Void Gate because it just helps with bonus damage for Hextech Array. Unfortunately, I don't have another way to use my mana, so pass there. Yeah, hopeful would be a sick draw. Even another Production Surge I wouldn't hate. Obviously, I would rather not use the power. Or the most expensive card in the deck, yeah. I wonder if Time Warp's even, like, good anymore, to be honest with you. Alright, equipping that there. Okay, so he's gonna go right to the Monastery. He's at what, 6? No, 5 might, right? 3 and a 2. Is that worth double Hex Tech? Not really. Yeah, that's fine. Consume the buff, draw a card, makes sense. I really hope you're not talking to me, Danny, about 1v1ing you in the Super Shenron Mirror, because I'd rather play in a Dazzling Aurora Mirror, honestly. Hold there. Yeah, I could see Time Warp as a one-of. I could see that. I think, yeah, we just play Forerunner. Luckily, this is one of those colors that can't really deal with it, so seems pretty good. Super Shenron Mirror is way worse. That's like actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's just like, go first, win. Go first, set up your combo. Win the game. Man, they took such a great game and really ran it through the mud. It's very sad to see. Where's this guy getting his big old hand, though, from? That's a little bit concerning, not gonna lie. Lee Sin Ascetic. Okay, so we're in set 2, so he is not so fast. This thing can get out of hand really quickly. Yeah, that's alarming for sure. Bulma kind of wish. Bulma kind of wish. Bulma kind of wish. He hasn't played anything. Yeah, I mean, he's played 2 things to the board in 3 turns or 4 turns. Oh, man. Do I have to rip the Singularity just to, like, hope he doesn't have Not So Fast? He certainly has it, right? Um, this is alarming. This is very alarming. He's also gonna have like discipline. He could have a lot of things. Wouldn't you say have 4 cards if you played 1 a turn? Well, he drew a card off Monastery of Fiora. He did not play a card on turn 1, so yeah. Makes a little bit of sense, I guess. And he also kept a card in hand by playing his Chosen Champion, so there's a lot of things he did there. I think we just do this. We move this up. He kills that for free, but that's fine. And if he decides to play it slow for a turn, we actually just cheese with Time Warp. I would like to play another Forerunner, but that means I wouldn't be able to Time Warp, so we do this and then probably just keep energy open for Hextech. Maybe I should have switched, actually, the Gem Jammer and the Forerunner. Personally, I'd rip the Singularity. That's why you're built different, Stan. That's why you're built different. I probably should have, honestly. I probably should have. Yeah, Brandon, I doubt he's playing Windwall in the main, so I wouldn't be surprised if Time Warp actually wins me the game here. God, the ganking mech is so funny to me. I know it's good and seeing it a bit more often, but I'm waiting. Yeah, I mean, honestly, in this deck at least, it's not the ganking that's like the good part about it. It's just the fact that it's another 2-drop mech, which turns on our production surge. That's like the really big thing in this build. Watcher, yeah, I mean, if Watcher survives, yeah, I mean, you're probably already winning that game. I would totally expect a Windwall game 1. This is Green, Lee Sin, and Champ Zone. Fair. I was thinking Singularity this turn, Watcher next turn. Could be. Could be. I mean, he's still gonna have a lot of defenses, right? Like, I mean, his grip is so big, and it's gonna be like disciplines and just crazy stuff. I'm down for this. At least force a trade. Yep, that's fine. Now, if I don't do this, if I do this, I can't Time Warp next turn. Maybe I'm not going for Time Warp next turn, but that's fine. Mystic Reversal inbound. That would be not good. That would be very not good. Spellsonger would be crazy, actually. I was not considering that. This is a bonus of what now? Oh, okay, the legend buffing it again. I understand. Going 7 here. I mean, this could just be value, though. Like, trying to force another trade, right? You'd have to have a not so fast or another defy or a battle. No, battle buff wouldn't. Battle buff wouldn't be good enough. You'd have to have multiple battle buffs. Yeah, because at this point I can't run over the Lee Sin. I could try to with Watcher and stuff, but I'm down to go for another one. It's actually 4 damage. Okay, he has a defy. Whatever. That's fine. I make a bunch of might. We are making him use cards. We have bonus damage on Void Gate. Problem is he hasn't used a single not so fast. Challenge. Ouch. That's fine. Hiding a card, okay. Zonia's. Most likely. Three mechs. I can like try to push him off of there. I can also move 2 units here. On guard would still be a trade. It would be like on guard plus something. I can also just play Watcher, which would bring this down to a 5 because it's going to be shield and then -3. So that's 7 into 5. I mean, swinging in intervals of 2 is good because he has like on guards, disciplines. We did chunk down his hand, which is pretty good. Do we singularity now and then try to run it over later? I think that's probably the way. Yeah, let's fall back on what Stan said, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got all the counters in the world. You got all the counters in the world. This is probably eating Azonias, but that's fine. I mean, if it's block or something, then we're lit. Get him, Rumble. I mean, Kaisa. Yeah, pretty much. What's happening here? Okay. I mean, that's not the order that happens, but bonus damage void gate. Yep, that's fine. Yep, I push him off, so now I can move up. I can also production surge. But that means time warp is not going to be viable. Is that cool? Sweet. Move this one up. So I only need one of these to survive to win with time warp, assuming no wind wall. But man, if I get hit with wind wall, that's just going to be GG. I think I'm more afraid of battle buffs than I am of wind wall, so I think I'll go with this. Because my other option would be like play another production surge. But that doesn't seem as good of a winning play. Thing is, I just don't know what he has, and I can lose. I can lose to either route depending on what he has, right? So I kind of just have to make a decision. He's got to be a little bit afraid too of like smoke screens, hex tech rays. We haven't drawn Get Excited since the first game, which is a little bit sad. What are we doing here? Sent a body rune. Okay, he's equipping that. That is fine. Removing 1 buff to go there. Yep, to draw a card. Don't forget, guys, like the stream, share the stream, sub to the channel. Seal of Strength. Okay. Ooh, dear. Okay, so we win. Nice. Oh, wait, that gets accelerated, doesn't it? Okay, we don't win the game right now. That's unfortunate. But we do win the game on the following turn. I think. That is fine. Alright, so this is defenseless. Oh, he's hiding a card. Why do they always have to hide cards, man? Okay, I mean, we take over this battlefield pretty easily. We force him to have to deal with it. I mean, we have to do it with Watcher is the thing. Because, like, that's... He can flip Zonias, though, either way. It's dicey. It's dicey for sure. I load up this battlefield is probably the way I do it. There's no value of me time warping first, right? Just to draw another card. That's all it would really do. Good play on the Udyr. Good play on the Udyr. Okay, yeah, I think we have to watch her. I have been liked. Thank you, V Beastio. I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. All right. So this is a 3 here. Most expensive draw one. I mean, people have done. I've done it. I did it in set 1. It's definitely a thing people do. So this becomes a 6 if I swing into it, right? Because yeah, that would be a 6 because it's 5, it's buffed to 6, it's shield to 7, and then bone shiver to 9. I'd rather swing into the Udyr if that is a Zhonya's. Grizzly Chris, how's my deck doing against him? Honestly, he's doing pretty well. I mean, I can definitely lose this game. 100% I can lose this game. Honestly, get excited here would probably help me a lot. I mean, he could still just be sitting on a third defy or some number of not so fast, which he probably is. But like if I had it right now and could kill the Udyr, that'd be pretty. Yeah, well, that wouldn't really matter. It all really depends what the hidden is. I mean, the fact that he hasn't flipped it yet is kind of telling me it's not okay. That's actually really good for me. Okay, I think I just load this up. I don't really see a problem with loading this up. Yeah, I can't even lose like White Flame Protector, right? Because he wouldn't be able to play that and then play another huge unit. I think we just put this here. And like I don't if I had smokescreen, obviously I'd keep 2 open, but like why would I keep 2 open when I just don't have additional cards, right? Vision. Fine, we don't need that. And we basically just say good luck. Okay, he's digging for stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Nice. I mean, that was a very losable game. You can't put the production surge unit in the battlefield. Yeah, it has to be in the base. All right, W against Lee Sin. Very cool. I think Udyr definitely should have seen more play because it's so good versus overzealous, right? Good point. Let me read this card again. Deal 2 to unit of battlefield. Yeah, I mean, orange decks were playing Cannon Barrage, which is just like a spell version of that, and it's much cheaper. You know, against Miracle format, you couldn't really afford to play a card like Udyr that costs so much energy, and the power is not that bad, but yeah, reading cards is good, Stan, for sure. Stan, I mean, you're a fellow Kaisa enjoyer and a fellow Kaisa pro, if I do say so. What are your thoughts on the Mech deck versus the standard Kaisa? All right, let's get into this game. $17, pretty good. Haven't touched either. I would gravitate more towards traditional for set 2. Fair. Totally fair. I'm a Mech believer, but that could just be my content brain speaking. I think it's good though. Rexai. Okay, this is good, Matt. This is good testing. This is good testing. Okay, cool. Best of 3. All right. Forecaster's good. Falling Star is good. Hopeful is good. Get excited. We don't have much to do with it right now. Yeah, I think this looks okay. Vision. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Have you tried Rift Atlas Simulator? I have played some Rift Atlas Simulator actually. I have. It's okay. The one thing I honestly don't like about it is just when you right click on cards, it puts them in the grave for some reason. That's like the one thing I'm not really a fan of. Because like kind of unintuitive. Like I want to right click on things to interact with them, not put them in the grave. Vision. Hextech Ray. I like that. I think I'll keep that there. Cool. But I do like Rift Atlas. I like how it has cool little sound effects. Not that it's like super relevant, but probably makes for a slightly more enjoyable stream experience. But I have to get more used to it. Like I'm very comfortable with TCG Arena at the moment. Can we get rid of this token though, brother? Yep, that's good. I haven't played much Rexai myself, so like I think it's a very good deck because the legend has the ability to preserve your hand by playing things from the top two. My one wonder is just like how much RNG is it all? Why are we scoring 2? Okay. Did you play nothing? Okay, looks like you didn't activate it. I'm confused on what's happening. Sorry, I buggered up that sequence. Okay. Rally troops. Isn't this after you looked at the top 2 cards? I mean, sure. Yeah, that's fine. This seems kind of suspect to be honest, but 2 spells, sure. Play Nox is hopeful, okay. Comes in with a buff. Interesting. I mean, as weird as it sounds, Singularity seems kind of good here just because that's a big old Nox is hopeful. And I clear his entire board, which seems pretty good. Am I crazy for thinking that Singularity is like decent here? I could also just Falling Star and do the same thing, I guess. Yeah, actually, that's probably better. I can Falling Star and play Kaisa, so that seems better for sure. Okay. We move in a hopeful. Move this in here. Fast focus. Cool. Move. Oh, that's actually awkward because if he plays Hextech Ray, but he doesn't play Hextech Ray, right? Nice. That does that. I do need to recycle 1 for that. Okay. Oh yeah, look at top 2. I always forget candlelit nonsense. Another Falling Star, and I don't need a 3rd Forerunner. So that would be what we're doing with that. Forerunner of his own, pretty good. At least I don't have to fight that right now, which is nice. Match it with one of our own. Yeah, I don't know why the other day too, I like forgot Candlelit Sanctum every single time I activated it, which was kind of weird. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that might have been what he did before, was he candlelit before using Legend ability. That's what it was. So he wasn't actually doing shady things. That's okay. Under Titan, Void Hatchling. Okay. Free. Oh, sure. Good combo of cards. Good combo of cards. Should be on 3 points, right? All right. Spamming a lot of stuff. So my original thought was run into this Forerunner and then Falling Star the tokens, and then he vomited his whole hand onto the board. So now I'm a little bit less comfortable with that. I mean, I still have Hextech Ray for defense, which I like. Not. Yeah, I don't have the Acathian Rain. I am kind of still down to crash in Forerunners because like I do have the removal to kind of keep up with that. Forerunner and a vomit is tough. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I have a lot of removal though, so like and I'm on the point lead, so I still feel pretty good about this. Down for that. Cool. Everything dies. I don't really care if I run up my Kaisa, right? Is that cool, my friend? Wait. Alright, so candle it first. Yeah, I mean I'm down for Watcher, that's for sure. Bottom this. And then draw with Kaisa. I'm also down for this to die. And do I start killing a bunch of stuff, or do I play a Ferris Foreigner, or do I do both? Singularity plus Falling Star is interesting. And with Thousand Tail Watcher, I shouldn't need much more might than I have, so that's probably what we do. Wait, no, if I recycle that many runes, can I even play Watcher? I would go down to 5 and then up to 7 on the next turn. So I would have to play the turn without accelerating the Watcher. Yeah, everything goes down to 1 might when I play Watcher, so there's no way that he can really fortify at all, right? I don't think. So it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For another Forerunner. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, Kaisa draw is probably good. Yeah, Flying Star plus Forerunner seems good enough. I agree. This, we hit that, and we hit that. Yeah, that seems fine. As it is right now, he actually has to commit a somewhat decent amount of resources to actually run over this Kaisa, assuming he has to use purely what's on the board. That is fine. Oh, yeah, they probably did. Yeah, they probably did. I missed that. I think I also missed... No, I played I played the big Forerunner and probably missed the Vision too, did I? I definitely missed the Vision on the mechs being played. Gotta remember that. What are we thinking, friend? Blood Rush, okay. I think it's repeated, right? Sure. Void Rush and Hidden Blade. Obviously, Hidden Blade doesn't do anything for him. I imagine he'll play the Void Rush. Yeah, I think this is definitely a scoop it up because, I mean, Red Yellow is not necessarily known for its ability to defend battlefields. Yep. Play the Void Rush. Makes sense. Yeah, these are not the cards you want to be seeing off that. Sure. 1, 2, 3, right? I think you're missing. Oh, no, he revealed Under Titan, so. Okay, I think that makes sense, right? Forgetting extra reveal from Voidling. Yeah, probably. Yep. Super stacking, that's fine. Yep, sounds good. I mean, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that goes there. Sounds good. I mean, he gets the choice. Same decks. Okay, so the sideboard's obviously pretty incomplete, but what are the main things we want? I don't think I really care about Thermo Beam. Like, he probably plays Seals, but, like, I don't think it's worth it just for that. Rocket Barrage could be good because he plays Hopefuls. I don't really know the Rexai list off the top of my head. Unchecked Power, if he is able to spam like crazy, I think could be kind of clutch. What is not working in this matchup? Let's go with that. Time Warp, I could definitely see stealing me games because, like, he doesn't have any counters for it. Watcher's good. Stupefy, Singularity is not bad. It just kind of depends on what he's able to spam. Like, it's not as good against, like, the super low to the ground spam, right? I could see a Singularity coming out. Bella's Breath, Falling Star, Forerunner. Get excited. Could be fine. Yeah, I think it's like a Singularity. Maybe a Time Warp just because I'm going second. Let's try that. I think Rocket Barrage could be good. I did bring in 2 of them, right? Where are we here? Rocket Barrage. All right, let's try that. Okay, we're going second. We're also starting. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily know his battlefield before this, so I already used that. Do I care to like recycle? Yeah, that's good because I'm gonna be on odd energy. I wonder if this is like actually really good for him, but okay, we have a Hextech Ray, we have a Poro, and one of our 2 singularities. I don't know if I want to mulligan this away since we did side out 1. So I think we'll go with that. Being on odd energy makes Hextech Ray. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that goes away. That goes away. Luckily, we're on the right number of draws. We don't have Production Surge. If I draw it next turn, I'm going to be sad, but that's okay. Actually, if I draw it next turn, I'm not going to be sad. I am on 1 because of this. That is fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to give him a free energy just for that. Okay. I very much like seeing a Forerunner go to the bottom of the deck. And I think he's also not playing the captain because he's missing the Legion. That's really good. That's really good for me. Okay. And a Hopeful probably. Yep. Makes sense. Okay, so I run this over like this. That's just free points. Do I want to retreat it is the question. Preserve my Poro. Use my energy efficiently. No, I keep 1 open for Hextech, right? So I just leave that there. Play Gem Jammer. Play Hopeful. Is there any merit to playing Hopeful in the battlefield? And then, like, the next turn playing Gem Jammer to gank it over if it survives? Probably not, right? It's kind of interesting because I have the Hextech Ray. The point tempo has been nicer than expected. I kind of want to try this. This doesn't seem very good, but maybe it's like low-key pro. I want to try it out. Hugo, hey guys, how's the deck been holding up? Honestly, really good. I mean, this is our, what, 4th game. We're up against Rexai in a best of 3. Game 1. We played against a Jinx deck. We won that one. We won against a Fiora. I think this one is where I do this. And then we won against a Lee Sin. Actually, that was a very close game against Lee Sin. Okay. Yeah, he wants to go there. That's cool. If I get to keep both units, I'm pretty happy about that. Not playing units off of the legend again. I like that. It's eating his hand. Ooh, this is really good. This is really good. Okay, I hold here. I'm on odd points. A little bit awkward, but like, who cares? Okay. This is 6. This is 10 might. I know this is like good, but what's the proper way to do it? Like, do I rip a singularity now? And then a Cathian Rain the following turn, or whenever he starts spamming? No, I probably do it like when I'm actually threatened. I really wish I had a cleave right now to actually punch over that Noxus Hopeful. Oh, actually, thinking. Okay. So I can like gank the Hopeful over, that would trade, and then I can get Kaisa in for points, because I would keep him off points. I'm probably gonna lose Kaisa though. No, that's losing a lot of units. That doesn't seem too great. This is only on Conquer, not on Hold. Singularity of free gold. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, then yeah, if he spams, then I can just Cathian Rain. That's got to be the way to do it. I also keep him off of another point. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, not that. That's not my legend. 1 and 2. I guess I was too worried about like singularitying a Forerunner, but I gotta pop that dude at some point, right? Yep. And now I'm really hoping he spams the board. Points are the same because Forerunner. Yeah, it makes sense. Yep. No Hex Tech right for this one. Honestly, yeah, just keep playing units. I'm cool with that. I wonder if a second Acathian Rain is warranted in the side deck, because I do expect Rexai to be more popular going forward. Under Titan's revealed, but Hidden Blade doesn't really do much for him unless he wants to get draws off his own units. His reveals, excuse me, in this game, I feel bad for him. These reveals have not been awesome. Okay. Makes sense. Drawing cards, I mean, yeah, I think he's hurting for resources here a little bit. I definitely get it. Casting a Void Rush. Faithful Manufactor, sure. And he added a Hidden Blade to hand, I'm pretty sure, right? Play some more units for me, dog. What do we got? 3, 5, 7, 8. 10. Yeah, I mean that's a Cathian Rain right there. Hiding a Hidden Blade, sure. Okay. I mean the funny part is I don't even really have to a Cathian Rain because I can kill most of his base and then just run into this, right? So maybe start with Hopeful, see if he wants to actually. I mean, I can start with this actually. That seems more than fine. Is that cool? Yeah, Bello is quite good. That's gonna go with the gold. And then I run this in the worst case scenario, I can accelerate Kaisa, right? So that seems pretty good. Pass focus. Can hit and blade either one of us. Doesn't matter to me, really. Yeah, that's totally cool. All right. 1, 2. It should be 2 blues, right? It doesn't really matter, but so 2 damage, 2 damage, 1 and 2. I'm actually on 5 points. And actually, I should probably pull back the hopeful. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Sand soldier. Maybe this is bad, but seems fine. Yeah, I don't really feel the need to Bellows Breath just to kill that, because it's trading at best. This comes back into play, and then this comes back here, and we pass. Yeah, Bellows is nuts in this like specific. So I've seen different variants of Rexai. This one seems like particularly focused on the low drop spam. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate that very much. I try to think once in a while. You know, we throw in a Cathy and Rain away one game. We Bellows Breath for infinite value another game. We try. I feel like bouncing the hopeful might have just been a little bit unnecessary. Because by keeping up the Bellows, I probably guarantee he doesn't score any points this turn. Because he could have like Cleave. Yeah, Blood Rush. That's it. Although, yeah, that wouldn't matter because he can bump this up to a 6 if he really wants to, so it wouldn't really trade. Yep, that's fine. I wonder if this is where I get cheesed out of the game. Zinzao, Soaring Scout. I mean, I have a Cathy Rain to fall back on, which is pretty good. So I think after this, we will probably call it for games and then go back to the deck and do some final evaluations and see where we stand. I feel very good about these games, though. Like, obviously, play against some Rogue, play against some meta. I would say Rexai is, like, somewhat meta. Put Zinzao to the bottom. Played Soaring Scout. He's going to do the bounce. Sure. Play a Void Rush. Poor guy. Poor guy about to get hit with the Acathian Rain. Random question. Anyone excited for Pokemon Champions tomorrow? I am actually quite excited myself. I have like 1,000 Pokemon in Pokemon Home from literally my entire lifespan of playing Pokemon games since like literally Emerald. So like I'm actually very happy that I can actually play with those going forward. Faithful Manufacturer. Why is this at 3 might for a reason? Funny how strong that card is. When the spell it's based on just your Q, not even her ult. Yeah, true. Okay. I mean, this holds. I could just back this up. He does have Rexai to accelerate. He's on 6 points. I do not. So what is my best option here? I mean, swing in and then Bellows Breath again, I guess, is probably the better option. let's just try to go for a draw, because, like, why not? Goes to 7, draws a card. Oh, interesting. But first, we do have to Bellows Breath. Do we want to give him a game 3? Sure, why not? Let's give the people what they ask for. Same decks. One battlefield we haven't used. I don't remember who went first in game 1. I went second in game 2 because I won game 1. I think I went second game 1. I can't 100% remember. Roll for it. Sure, that's fine. Yep, going second. That's cool. No 2-drops. I like Hextech Ray. Bellows Breath's been very good in this matchup. Keeping hopeful without a turn 1 play is awkward. This feels bad, but Bellows Breath seriously overperformed, so. Okay, we had a 2-drop. We like that. 1, 2, 3. We play this. We vision. Sure. I mean, we don't have a way to enable it next turn, which is a little awkward, but, like, with the spells in our hand, I'm down to keep it there, because next turn we can just develop Kaisa if we really want to. Yeah, I know. Mulligan Hopeful felt really bad. Am I clowning for mulling Hopeful? Am I crazy? Just the way that my hand looked didn't seem too great. I don't want you to do that, so. No legend effect. Could be very good for me. Bellows Breath is good here. Do I kind of greed it, though? Do I also send in Raven Bloom? No, I mean, that puts us on odd points, which is weird. How do I think the deck does against Spellslinger Kaisa? I have to try it out, honestly. If they play a Cathian Rain, then, like, my ability to go wider than them probably doesn't matter as much. So I have to play the mirror more to give you a better answer, to be honest with you. I guess we just play Kaisa. Damn, maybe I should have bellowed. I feel like just not letting him conquer is really good. Played in the 10K New Zealand. There's a lot of Kaisa mirrors and Aurelias. Yeah, that's a matchup I'm scared of. Like, I would need to test Aurelia for sure with this deck. One piece of advice I got was to play Detonate, because, like, you kind of need, like, you have Thermal Beam obviously, but you kind of need to, like, preserve your energy to, like, detonate the Guardian Angel after playing a Brynrear. Wow, he hit Ferris Forerunner off the top. That is crazy. This could be a GG. But is this third Rexai you play against? We played a best of 3 against the Rexai, same Rexai player. He asked for a game 3 because we won the first 2 games, so I figured we go out on a bang. Yeah, Aurelia is why I don't want to play Kaisa. Yeah, I mean, I'm also scared of it 100%. That's where I think cards like Cleave could be good, but they're not perfect cards, so I definitely get it. A little worried about it myself. We move up Kaisa, we Singularity, I guess. Yeah. We have Hextech Ray, so actually Kaisa could live. Man, I don't know how I feel about no retreat. I mean, it's not like I've really, like, necessarily missed it, but I think he might have missed his Raven Bloom effect. Oh, this this is War Camp, so that's not even actually killing the Forerunner. That is not good. Not good. Maybe he accelerates Rexai, in which case we would trade. I'm also down to just like park this here, to be honest. Yeah, Aurelia I think is definitely a hard matchup. I don't necessarily know that Victor's a hard matchup. Like, I think depending on your build, Victor can be difficult, but like if you have the proper amount of Cathian Reigns, I think it's a lot better of a matchup. And then you need like your thermo beams because like Vanguard Armory is a crazy card for sure. Um, let's see. This could be a rough game. Sure, yep. Omega Hold Gaming. I mean, I have Bella's Breath to, oh, that's actually, those are buff tokens. That's not good. This War Camp actually is messing me up. Not gonna lie. I actually really need Thousand Tail Watcher right now. Really, really need it. Oh, Spiegly Devil. Thank you very much, game. I think we would. Is he on 3? Yeah, he double conquered and held. Yeah. So I think I would need to pull everything back and set up for Watcher probably. I could, like, for example, play Singularity, kill 2 things. I mean, it's good value on Captain right now. It is good value on Captain. And then I can run in the Forecaster to kill the Forerunner. I don't know. I might be crazy, but I also get to play Hopeful out of that, so that doesn't seem too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 6 damage here and that there. Oh, actually, and then Foreigner takes out 2 cards. That's good. That's actually really good. 1, 2, 3. Have to kind of hope he doesn't have. I don't think he would really have an interaction. And then also kill that. Nice. That was actually very good. That was very good. I am down to kind of leave Forerunner there because it denies his tokens from conquering. So I am down for that. Draven also not dead. Yeah, 100%, and I think Kaisa matches up very well into Draven. Feels weaker since the attention on Draven is now divided into Aurelia's and Kaisa's. Surprisingly didn't run into any Draven in my 10k matchup. Edge Crusher. Have you tried Emperor's Die? I don't even know. How do I pronounce this word? Emperor's Die, Emperor's Dice. As a battlefield, works pretty well. Get a retreat option, leave a token on the battlefield. Yes, I am playing it in this deck right now, and I played it last game, and it was quite good. So, yeah, I definitely like it. Definitely like it. I think my Kaisa battlefields are weird. Like, I mean, obviously, Dreaming Tree and what's the other one called? Obelisk got banned. I wasn't playing Obelisk before anyway. I did play Dreaming Tree though. I like Dreaming Tree a lot just because Stupefy. But yeah, we'll look at my list after. We're gonna look at my list after this game and like go back over it, see if anything needs to be changed. And yeah, that's okay, Edge Crusher. Glad you're here now. No worries. Like bias. Dias? Isn't it DAIS? Instead of yeah, DAIS instead of DIAS? I don't even know. Alright. What are we doing here? I kinda looked away for a minute. I think we just played a Void Rush and played a Scout into the War Camp. Oh my god, another Forerunner. That's going to be hard to deal with, honestly. Okay, this continues to hold. I feel pretty good about that. Let's see. All right, so what does Watcher get me? Watcher gets me 400 down to 4 might. Oh, Watcher actually lets me Bellows Breath for really good value. Okay. But I wouldn't be able to repeat it. But everything will go down to 1, so that would be fine. This will go down to 4, so I can run it all over, right? Okay. Gets me on even points as well, which I like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold Watcher until next turn for repeat, just build board. I mean, I don't really have much to build board with. I would just hardcast a Hopeful, and I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I don't know. I'm going to try this out. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Yep, we're going to go Watcher. So what would your total might be here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay. So I would need to do something. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, and 3. Run this here. Oh, I would have been 8 myself, so I could have traded, but I don't really want to trade. All right, I'm on the right number of points. Okay, this is pretty good because he has to commit to 1 battlefield as it currently stands with his units. I get value from this side. Obviously, I can't move Watcher. I could try to reinforce it. If I reinforce it, he'd have to commit almost the whole thing, but I think this is fine. Emperor's Deus. That isn't. I don't know. That could be. But yeah, decent Saturn, Descent Saturn. I think I would have went for the build board option if I had more units to play, but I didn't really have units to play, unfortunately. Oh, I see what you're saying. Repeat after playing Watcher. Yeah, but I wouldn't have got the max value on the tokens, right? Just because I wouldn't. Oh my god, that's crazy. All right, these are all. All right, my plan's out the window because these are all +2 now. Yeah, because I would have had to kill the foreigner somehow, right? Not vulnerable to decree and mech tokens. I don't think this is a matchup where they put in decree. I could be wrong. Okay, this is going to be a little tough to deal with. He's getting rewarded with good RNG for last game having very bad RNG. Yep, that's fine. I'll kill one. Oh my god, another Forerunner. Yep, that's pretty good. Forerunner is indeed a good card. I can't wait for set 3 when we can side in Smite, dude. Because that's going to be crazy. Imagine, like, okay, playing Kaisa, swing my Forerunner into your Forerunner, and then Smite, yours gets banished. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Hmm. Okay, going for the super reinforce. All right, what are our main options? They don't seem particularly stellar, I would say. Your 1 token and a smite clears full mech next set. Hopefully. All right, my hand is not looking the best for dealing with all this nonsense, to be honest. I mean, I have some more time to like try to wait, but like holy crap, this is not good. 1, 2, like I just play a hopeful and pray. I guess, right? Yeah, this one could definitely be an L without the right cards. I mean, if I draw Time Warp, I win, maybe. Um, Need a main smite with a bonk running around. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Rally the troops. Oh my god, it's gonna get even worse. Yep, that's good. Oh yes. The high roll is high rolling. Big time. I would really need to draw Time Warp at this point. I don't even know if Hopeful gets, or if Watcher gets me there. It could. Watcher could get me there, actually. All right, now he's preparing to take this battlefield, I think. Oh my god. Sounds good, sounds good. Good thing we won the match, though. Hiding a card as well. Oh. Gem Jammer is a particularly interesting one. I mean, it's still not enough, though. It's definitely still not enough. Oh, man. Only way to beat Kaisa as Rexai. Yeah, I mean, War Camp is really good. Yeah, this is where I would need Unchecked Power, actually. Unchecked Power 100% would be needed here. 110%. For the War Camp games specifically. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I won the ones that matter. That's true. Foreigner on Trifarian. Yeah, very true. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna scoop this one. All right. Good games. Very good games. Let's go back and take a look at the deck. And then we'll get to wrapping it up. Okay, cool. So let's take a look. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I really like Mech Kaisa, so I don't think I'm moving off the Mech stuff per se. Like the production surges, I think they showed their value in these games. I probably got a little bit lucky where like I would vision and then see like a Noxus Hopeful, and I already had like a production surge in hand, and like production surge Noxus Hopeful is like the perfect turn 2, right? Like it's absolutely perfect. That being said, vision gives you higher odds of seeing that combo, which is the nice thing, right? So even though like I won't always hit that off the top perfectly like that, I'm increasing my odds of getting there by putting dead cards to the bottom. And that was another big problem with Kaisa in set 1 as well, is like just dead drawing 2 drops because they're just not good after like turn 1. So yeah, vision helps you get around that. Noxus Hopeful was crazy. Foreigner was crazy. Watcher, I could see it going to 2, but I'm not at that point yet where I feel like I need to do that. Get Excited was interesting. There weren't like a ton of games where I saw it. I think it came up in the first game. The fact that I am playing Mech, I don't have as many perfect like pitches for it, right? Because like those builds play like multiple progress day. We do have the time warps, which like worst case scenario, if I can string those 2 cards together, that's not bad. I do kind of just think that Smokescreen should win me most of the combats that Get Excited would win me, right? So I am a little bit inclined to go back to 2 Smokescreens. Have you tested Legion Rearguard yet? Nice to have a cheap Accelerate. I have not. I just don't really think it would fit in this build because I think I am maxed out on my 2 drops with either 8 or potentially 9 copies if like I play a third Gem Jammer. So I don't think Accelerate is like what we're hurting for in this deck. I think like the unit lineup is solid. I think it's just the spells around it that I mainly need to figure out. Like for example, Cathene Rain as a 1-of was good. Like it came up at the right times. I got lucky enough to draw it at the right times. I'm kind of thinking get excited to the, I mean, probably out of the deck at this point. Yeah, it was something I wanted to try, but maybe since we're not playing as many high cost cards, maybe it's just not as valuable, unfortunately. I do think Smokescreen is just a very good card in general. Like it's one of those ways you can actually win a fight on defense. I think this would be a 2-of if I was expecting more. A 2-of if I was expecting more Rexai. I also think that this is good against Aurelia because they can't defy, they can't not so fast. They would have to win wall. They could go for the hard bargain. In that case, I'd have to have 9 or 11 energy to play around that. Which I think I can make work. The main problem would be more so like actually getting the GA off of the Aurelia. That would be the bigger problem. Although I played against an aggro Aurelia that didn't play GA, but that was like just move things as fast as humanly possible. Not really too concerned about keeping things alive. Maybe 2-1-of crazy, but like 1 retreat in for 1 smoke and 1 piercing light, or unchecked in place of 2nd warp. Yeah, I could see going down to 1 time warp. I didn't actually cast any of those games. And those weren't even the purple matchups, right? So maybe I'm spending a little bit more power. Because we are playing like Singularity, we are playing Cathene Rain, like Falling Star uses power. I am kind of down to go to 1 time warp and try that out a little bit more. I don't mind the 1-ofs as much in this deck. Like a Cathene Rain, I think is just it's really good when it's really good and just dead when it's dead. So that's a justifiable 1-of. I don't necessarily know that I need or want Piercing Light. It's really good, obviously. I don't hate it. 1 retreat is interesting. It does accelerate the runes, but are we accelerating? Are we really worried about retreating Watcher and Kaisa? Maybe. That's how I feel about Rain, Warp, and Unchecked. That's totally fair. Like I think I would want the 2nd Unchecked against. Well, maybe in that case, a Cathene Rain and Unchecked are very similar. Like I definitely needed Unchecked on that War Camp game for sure. Piercing is good if you keep Emperors. I guess so, because I'll always have my own unit to target, right? I mean, a 4th pseudo Falling Star can't be bad, right? And then that opens up sideboard space, which I like. I mean, I'm probably supposed to play 2 Bryn. But whoever mentioned in the beginning that I might not miss Retreat was kind of correct. Like, I wasn't really hurting for it. My biggest worry is just like Bryn plus Thermo Beam doesn't kill Aurelia unless they leave it in a battlefield. And they can flash away from Bryn, which is a problem. I'm gonna need to test Aurelia more for sure, and that'll probably decide a lot about the sideboard. Retreat without Targons isn't as good. That's fair. And without Dreaming Tree as well. That's fair. Cool thing about Retreat though is like it's always a net even on card advantage and always +1 in runes, which is cool. But it was definitely better with Targons and with Dreaming Tree. Yeah, I agree. I like the way this list looks right now. I definitely need to test the Aurelia matchup though, 100%. What do we think about the Battlefield lineup though? Like more than half our deck is spells. That's really good for Ravenbloom. They're going first Battlefield. Emperor's going second's cool. I don't think there's many decks that like want to take advantage of this themselves, so we're benefiting from this mostly. And then Void Gate is just good game 1, so I like it. Yeah, Brandon, I agree. I think retreat on a battlefield is nice. I definitely agree. Yeah, looking at this, it feels pretty good. Main thing I'll have to iron out is a sideboard. I'll need a real like big Aurelia plan. I really hope the matchup's not like unwinnable. That's where I think like cleaves and blood rushes can do some work. Obviously, it can defy it, but like, I mean, you got to have it, right? Which battlefield would you run game 2 if you're against Aurelia? Um, I mean, my typical plan, right, is Void Gate game 1, just because. And then if I'm going first, I would probably still go Raven Bloom. Like, I don't really see a reason to give them that when they go first. And then Emperors, that if they're on the deckhand build, that is going to be annoying because they can just add deckhand back to their hand. But I should be okay to pick off deckhands as long as I can draw Void Hextech Rays and stuff like that. Hmm. Overall, I mean, really solid day of testing, right? We won some close games, figured out some cool things about the deck. Um, would love to know what you guys think about Mech versus Standard Kaisa. Like maybe after seeing this stream, if you think Mech Kaisa isn't fake, if you think it actually has legs, would love to know that. But I think I am going to call it for tonight. It is getting late. I do have my day job in the morning, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like the stream before you leave. Really does help me out quite a bit. And until next time, guys.